Welcome to your custom deep dive. Today we're looking directly at the sudden freeze in the absolute top tier of London real estate. So like the top 5% of the market. Sales volume plummeted 31% this February, and our mission is to track exactly why. We're exploring what happens when global geopolitical conflict, shifting local tax policies, and the sudden collapse of a major shadow bank all just collide in neighborhoods like Mayfair and Belgravia.
Yeah, and the numbers coming out of this collision are, honestly, they're severe. Because beyond that 31% drop in the sheer volume of prime sales, the actual value of completed sales is down 10% year on year.
10%. Wow. Okay, let's unpack this. The market essentially absorbed two massive back-to-back macroeconomic hits, right? First, you have this sweeping uncertainty surrounding the November budget. That just froze buyer momentum right out of the gate.
Right, and then the conflict in Iran flared up. The economic ripples from that geopolitical shock spooked lenders so badly that they began pulling mortgage deals at, well, the fastest rate we've seen since 2022.
Which is wild to me, because history tells us global conflict usually triggers a massive influx of capital into London. I mean, it's always been the ultimate geopolitical safe haven, right? Like the physical vault, where the global elite park their wealth during chaotic times.
Exactly, but what's fascinating here is that Nick Gregory from Lawnrest points out a structural shift that actually broke that historical reflex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Recent UK tax and policy changes, specifically targeting international high net worth individuals, have made the environment actively hostile to foreign wealth. That traditional safety net has been completely neutralized.
I see. So that macroeconomic hostility sort of set the stage for a severe localized shock.
Yes, precisely. When lending tightened and the market froze, the pressure exposed vulnerabilities in alternative financing, which led directly to the collapse of a shadow bank called MFS.
And this is where we see the physical fallout of a financial collapse. Because MFS wasn't just holding cash, they held luxury real estate as collateral.
Right. So when the bank folded, liquidators had to call in those chips. Suddenly, 250 mega mansions in elite neighborhoods were forced onto the market all at once.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. If I am a global billionaire with dry powder, I am looking at a distressed asset sale. Usually, a sudden influx of forced inventory acts the giant discount rack. Savvy buyers step in and acquire premium assets below market value. Why aren't buyers snapping these up?
Well, Jessica Morton from Sotheby's calls this a liquidity-driven release. This isn't, organic supply from homeowners deciding to move. It's an institutional liquidation, which fundamentally changes how the market perceives the inventory.
Because they smell blood in the water.
Basically, because at this echelon of wealth, confidence dictates value, not just scarcity. The market recognizes these properties are hitting the block due to financial distress. Buyers interpret a liquidity-driven release as a signal of broader instability.
Oh, making them highly hesitant to catch a falling knife.
Exactly. And there's the underlying asset quality to consider, too. Rory Scarisbrick at Property Vision points out that simply being priced over £5 million doesn't automatically make a home desirable.
Right. If those 250 collateralized mansions aren't genuinely top-tier turnkey properties, they won't move. They simply get added to the backlog of luxury inventory, which had already grown by 10% in the 12 months up to February.
Yeah, and the result is a total stalemate. Sellers are reluctant to list in a down market, and buyers refuse to absorb the forced inventory. The ultra-wealthy are just choosing to wait it out.
They're waiting, but they still need places to live in London, so they are just deploying their capital differently, pivoting aggressively to the luxury rental market. Rental activity in this tier is actually up by more than a third.
Wow.
Yeah, even as actual rental prices slip by about 0.5%, they are trading the permanence of ownership for the flexibility of a lease.
Which fundamentally alters the utility of London real estate for the global elite.
It really does. So what does this all mean for you as you listen to this? It leaves you with a fascinating question to chew on. If the world's wealthiest individuals, people with unparalleled access to financial data and resources, are suddenly choosing to rent temporary space rather than hold permanent assets in one of the planet's premier safe haven cities, what does that signal about their underlying confidence in the long-term stability of the global economy?